Who can take a sunrise, sprinkle it in dew, cover it in chocolate and a miracle or two? The Candyman. The Candyman can. The Candyman can, 'cause he mixes it with love and makes the world taste good. Who can take a rainbow, wrap it in a sigh, soak it in the sun and make a strawberry lemon pie? The Candyman? The Candyman. The Candyman can. The Candyman can, 'cause he mixes it with love and makes the world taste good. Willy Wonka makes everything he bakes satisfying and delicious. Talk about your childhood wishes. You can even eat the dishes. Who can take tomorrow, dip it in a dream, separate the sorrow and collect up all the cream? The Candyman. Willy Wonka can. The Candyman can, 'cause he mixes it with love and makes the world taste good. And the world tastes good, 'cause the Candyman thinks it should. There we go. Sorry, had to embarrass myself for the opening to this video, but you know what? I think it's worth it, because today's video, just by a complete landslide in the polls, is going to be themed around Willy Wonka. So thank you everyone for voting in the poll. I appreciate your input as always. So let's go ahead and get into this now that I've done my opening. What's up everyone? Hello and happy gaming. My name is Darksave Walker. Today is the Willy Wonka run. So let's get into how exactly I've designed it. First of all, Willy Wonka wears purple, so I went with the purple shift robe. Okay, no big deal there. The raffle ticket is going to represent the golden ticket that was found in the Wonka bar. Bolt rail is probably the most interesting choice that I made, because I had to justify it by the Mike TV scene later on where he transfers a candy bar via television signals, which, you know, I wish that were a thing that we could do now. I mean, if you could do it with candy, you could do it with just about anything else, but the principle is pretty much exactly the same as that of Star Trek's beam technology. It's basically just deatomizes something, moves it to another location, and then reassembles it. And I figured, okay, bolt rail is about the best representation of that, plus you can't do that without electricity. The next two are pretty bog standard. Bubble Blast is basically my representation of fizzy lifting drinks. Knockout Boulder is my representation of an everlasting gobstopper. This is the other interesting one. I chose Chaotic Buster thanks to the absolute craziness that takes place on the boat. And in case you don't remember, they basically take a boat down the River of Chocolate, and while they're in the tunnel, things get weird and crazy, and well, I don't know, it's one of my favorite scenes in the movie, though. And who knows, maybe depending on how I'm feeling, I might end up going over the boat scene quote. Now, is there a particular stage where I would want to start? Looking over things, I would want to start either at the Living Courtyard or the Thundering Keep. Just going with the idea of take the most difficult things and go from there. I'm looking something up. Alright, think we're ready. So yeah, I'm going to try for probably the living courtyard just to get it out of the way. Again, I know my luck, and one way or another I get the feeling that I'm going to be going there anyway, so I might as well do it of my own free will. You know, unless Mullind doesn't let me. Alright, we're only going to do this a couple more times. He really wants me to go to the Thundering Keep. This is basically kind of deciding my seed. There we go, there's living courtyards. Alright, are we ready? Can we do this? Alright, we're gonna love this. Oh, look at that. Yes, this is gonna be fun. So, I don't really talk about my interest in movies all that often, because when it comes to, you know, forms of entertainment media, I very definitely prefer gaming to movies. Any big surprise there? But it doesn't mean that there aren't some movies out there that absolutely capture my attention and fascination. And as an example, of course, is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Ugh, lame. Absolutely lame. Why did you do that to me, controller? I find there to be something absolutely magical about Willy Wonka. I mean, both as a character and just the concept of the film in and of itself. I just love it. And so we'll start with the discussion of the character, because Willy Wonka as a character is a very interesting specimen. What you essentially have is a super eccentric candy maker who somehow has managed to, well, first of all, just stand there and get hit by a couple of arrows because no reason necessary, it's just felt like getting hit with arrows, don't you understand? But this is someone who is, for all intents and purposes, a mad genius. This is someone who managed to revolutionize the candy industry in the world that he comes from in such a way that it's just, whatever happens with him is the biggest news of the day. Not too dissimilar to how people want to follow everything that the Kardashians do nowadays. Only difference is the Kardashians don't exactly make everyone's lives more interesting. They're just there to, you know, give everyone unobtainable goals and make everyone feel bad for not being rich and beautiful. Oh yeah, have I mentioned that I hate the Kardashians? Yeah, let's just get that out of the way. I hate that family. Absolutely hate them all. I mean, is it possible to be any more just full of yourselves and self-centered than that family? And I think the answer is probably no. I don't think it's possible. But that has very little to do with Willy Wonka, so let us continue. So, but what Willy Wonka is essentially all about is... Hold on. Oh, pardon me. Hey, knockout boulder. Alright, we now have more powerful everlasting gobstoppers to throw at people. If I can find the Earth Stomp agents, or potentially... I mean, because honestly, Flame Seekers could be the Oompa Loompas. I don't know, I'm gonna have to think about that one, but some sort of like summon or agent, that's gonna be my Oompa Loompas. I'm just not sure which. I'm gonna take it for now, just because I'm not sure if I'm gonna come across anything better later. And I have Cartographer's Quill, so I want to finish opening up the map. But to get back to what I was saying, Willy Wonka is an eccentric candy maker who's managed to become so popular and well known in the world that they come from that a lot of the news and things revolve around Willy Wonka, and to the point where when he announces that he's going to let people tour his factory for the first time via the Golden Tickets competition, it gets almost beyond worldwide attention. Everyone is in on this, and they all want to be a part of it. Which, to be fair, if I had a chance to do that, oh, you better believe I would. Well, what about the real-life Golden Ticket competition? And yes, there is a real-life Golden Ticket competition. It is from one of, I believe it's the maker or one of the makers of Jelly Belly jelly beans. And he actually is doing almost an exact same thing, except for I'm not sure if anyone's going to... Well, no, that's because that's the whole point. He's giving away jelly bean factories. I don't know if they're going to be as magical as Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. I really don't. Matter of fact, I highly doubt it, but the fact of the matter is, this is a move that's been pulled directly from Willy Wonka, and I'm not gonna lie, I actually think it's kind of interesting. And for what it's worth, I do love me some Jelly Bellies. Even though I really shouldn't, because, you know, diabetic. Get back here, where do you think you're going? Yeah. Alright. The chaos that is Willy Wonka is getting the job done. But in the end, what Willy Wonka wants is for someone to take over his wonderful candy-making factory and empire, because in the words of Willy Wonka, hey, he can't keep doing this forever. He needs someone who's going to be willing to take over his candy factory when he's gone, but it can't be just anyone. Because he needs someone who's going to be willing to continue to run the factory the way that he ran it, and in his words, you know, it can't be an adult, because they're just going to want to run everything their own way, not his way. Which, to be fair, that's a very, very iffy proposition, because, I mean, the kid that takes over is going to want to do things their own way as well, let's be fair. But I understand his point. The way that he has things designed was designed for a reason, however eccentric and crazy those reasons may be. And you can kind of see his point. It's not just any old person that can go to Loompa Land and save the Oompa Loompas from the vermicious Canids and all the other things that hunt them down. and he also had to design the factory with their help in mind. So again, I suppose I can sort of see his point. Yes, we will be upgrading our robe. Come on, Raffle, take it, start working for me. Here's the boss room, but we gotta finish exploring, because 1, we could find some more interesting relics, and 2, Cartographer's Quill. It's a very interesting find early on. I just gotta make sure I do what's necessary to make it powerful. I'm not really sure I see anything here. I don't really need summon duration. What I need is more of them. Hummingbird feather is strangely... No! What are you trying to buy that with no money for? What's wrong with you? But I would not be at all surprised if Willy Wonka knew how to fly somehow. Wait a minute, he does. The Wonka Vader. How did I forget the Wonka Vader? It's one of the most magical parts of the movie, when he just flies over their city with the Wonka Vader. Yeah, I don't normally try to justify the relics that I pick up, but, yeah. The car wash at the end. It's not even a car wash, it's just the bubbly travel thing. I don't remember what it's called, it's been too long. Honestly, I don't think Hummingbird Feather is that necessary. Even if it does represent the Wonka Vader well enough, I just don't think I would necessarily want to pick it up. It's not that useful of a relic. In my opinion, it's not that useful of a relic. Yay! I'm awful! There we go, we got a second chance. God, I love Chaotic Buster. There, I feel like I should sing an Oompa Loompa song. Can I justify the Gale Force alignment with Willy Wonka? I'm thinking, but I'm not sure I can. Let me think back to all of Willy Wonka's crazy inventions. The bubblegum? No. I mean, it's certainly not a Wonka bar. Yeah, I don't think I can justify Gale Force alignments. I mean, I already justified fizzy lifting drinks with the Bubble Dash, but can I do it a second time with that? Because, I mean, actually I kind of can. Alright, I already made allurings to it, so let's just get on with it. I'm gonna embarrass myself a little bit more here. Hopefully you're okay with that. Oompa loompa doombity doo. I've got a perfect puzzle for you. Oompa loompa doombity dee. If you are wise, you'll listen to me. What do you get when you guzzle down sweets? Eating as much as an elephant eats. What are you at? Getting terribly fat. What do you think will come of that? I don't like the look of it. Oompa, loompa, doompity da. If you're not greedy, you will go far. You will live in happiness too. Like the Oompa, loompa, doompity doo. Here we go. Alright. And you know, strictly because of the theming, I probably am going to do an Oompa Loompa song at the end of every boss fight. So just be prepared for me to embarrass the crap out of myself. Apparently that's the name of this episode, is Dark Sage Walker embarrasses the shit out of himself in front of his YouTube audience. Alright, Gale Force Alignment was the MVP in that room. Oh man, Gale Force Alignment, you are the best. Okay, I'm really not seeing anything here that's tickling my fancy. I might come back for Berserker's Axe, but I think ultimately there are other things I would rather have. Wonderfully done, everyone. Wonderfully done. So I think, so long as we're talking Willy Wonka, it's about time that we address the elephant in the room, which is the version directed by Tim Burton and starring Johnny Depp as Willy Wonka. See, here's the thing: there is always the chance that that was going to be just an incredible version of the movie, and that there is going to be something there for everyone. It was going to be a timeless classic. Unfortunately, no, and I don't know if it was entirely because of studio interference, or if, you know, Tim Burton just was way too full of himself at that time. But no, none of that. It's especially, and I guess what I find especially disappointing about it is the Oompa Loompa songs. The Oompa Loompa songs in the original were just, they were so entertaining and just of so much interest, especially to me, who didn't even know when I first watched the movie that it was going to be a movie with, you know, fun little messages about how to not be a complete douchebag. Yes, I am doing creative swearing now. Look at that, evaded. Oh, Willy, that purple outfit of yours is the best. Yep. Went through this whole level without taking a hit until just now. Look at that, fizzy lifting drink saving my butt. But the Oompa Loompa songs in the new version, or newer version I should say, they're just not good, ow. And I guess the idea was to, because it was such a musical theme, hello Oompa Loompa improvement, that they wanted to take the Oompa Loompa songs and like hardcore them up a notch. So every Oompa Loompa song, instead of just being, you know, just simple words on classic music, every single Oompa Loompa song is damage and stuns are increased. Yeah, what the hell. We'll just say that Anchor of Burden is like Willy Wonka's walking stick that he clearly doesn't need. And we'll go from there. Alright, golden ticket, you're doing it. You're doing God's work. And there we go. Alright, Chrono Glove doesn't really help, but I'm going to pick it up just in case I can sell it later. Not that I'm in need of funds, my raffle ticket is doing quite the job for me. But as I was saying, in the newer movie, the Oompa Loompa songs are all done in a kind of aping a different style of music. Which, again, I can see where that would be an interesting idea from either a marketing or a creative standpoint. It just ended up not working very well. And yes, that was a conscious decision to quick cast Chaotic Buster there. I was just trying to hit him quickly so I could combo him. I thought it would finish him off, but it didn't, so oh well. I'm gonna once again blame my controller for that, because I knew for a fact that I wanted to just cast that across the room and not into a wall. So, whereas I can see that making sense from that point of view, I just don't really understand how they messed it up. I know exactly how they messed it up, because what they were doing was taking something that was timeless and capable of being watched and understood by anyone, and essentially dating it. That one I should have charged up. So, oopsie. Alright, beautifully done so far. I'm loving this run. Is that really gonna work with Bolt Rail all that well, I wonder? I mean, I would take this, but I know the wind level is coming up next, and it's not really going to do all that much there. I'm going to say I probably don't need combo gloves. I am going to take the Armor of Resolve, though, just as a failsafe. And, oh hey, fizzy lifting drinks. They still don't last very long, but they now have a much greater chance to hit something, which is a bonus in and of itself. Alright, so yes, this is the right choice. And there's Nocturne. Yay! I actually don't need anything from Nocturne right now. Alright, so we actually have a lot of map left to explore. I'm surprised by that. This is like a really big mega floor. Or, I just failed to go a direction and... Oh! There we go. Alright. Alright, so everything I was missing was in this direction. Hey, have I mentioned before that I hate this room? Like, I really, really hate this room. Like, as far as I'm concerned, this room can just go die in a fire. Yeah, busy lifting drinks. My Oompa Loompas. They're actually like bouncing, creating explosions and bouncing off of enemies before going away. So basically they're hitting twice. Alright, I didn't realize that Flame Seekers, once upgraded, was that freaking awesome. There you go, there's the 100% mark. There's room inspired by vile hatred. Like, I don't know what the developers were thinking when they made that room. It was just a horrible, horrible room filled with nothing but bile and hatred. Wow, Ram Summoner's place. So, I'm sorry to do this to you guys, but my tummy is giving me a warning sign. I have to go take care of this, so I will be right back. This is very unusual for me, so I apologize. There's no earthly way of knowing which direction we are going. There's no knowing where we're rowing, or which way the river's flowing. Is it raining? Is it snowing? Is a hurricane a-blowing? Not a speck of light is showing, so the danger must be growing. Are the fires of hell a-glowing? Is the grisly reaper mowing? Yes! The danger must be growing, for the rowers keep on rowing, and they're certainly not showing any signs that they are slowing! Sorry, had to. Alright, I'm back. We're gonna go fight Freya now. Whew. Does feel better, though. There we go. That was amazing. Oh my goodness, what a fight. It's not often you get to two-cycle Freya. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, Daddy's happy. He's so happy he's got to do another Oompa Loompa song. Hang on a sec, I gotta find the right one. Yes, I apologize, but I don't actually know the songs off the top of my head. Well, this is a very musical episode, so you're just gonna have to roll with that. I think we've got the right song here. Oompa loompa doompity doo. I have another puzzle for you. Oompa loompa doompity dee. If you are wise, you'll listen to me. Gum chewing's fine when it's once in a while. Stops you from smoking and brightens your smile. But it's repulsive, revolting, and wrong. Chewing and chewing all day long. Like the way a cow does. Oompa loompa doompity da. Given good manners, you will go far. You will live in happiness too, like the Oompa Loompa Doompity Doo. Okay, I gotta admit, I'm kinda having fun with this now. Alright, just pulling up something real quick. There we go. Alright, got it. Let's go. I know, I bet you thought you had me there, didn't you? Didn't you, little Chaos Crusher guy? Yeah, let's just erase that guy. It's alright, he deserves it. He's a bastard. Owie. Owie. How dare you? Don't you know who I am? I'm sorry, sir. This isn't a game of who the fuck are you. Owie. Oh, you're still up? Christ. How much HP do those little turrets have when they're on the higher levels? There we go. Oh, you suck. Oompa Loompas, go! Alright. I suppose since we are discussing the differences between the two versions of Willy Wonka, it only makes sense to discuss the different Willy Wonkas themselves, and it's worth pointing out that whereas the Willy Wonka in the original, good old Gene Wilder, definitely take the fiery paintbrush, and we live without that. Ooh, pop-up primer. Beautiful. But whereas Gene Wilder played Willy Wonka as an eccentric genius who always had an answer to whatever someone said, be it, an actual answer or just his, snarky, I'm Willy Wonka, shut up-isms. The whole idea of where the condescending Wonka meme comes from. Okay, well, that was kind of a waste. Hard to say that I'm saving the Oompa Loompas when I'm dropping them down pits. I don't really think that's necessary. I have enough... I thought about it, but I think I have enough arcana and, means by which to use them properly that I don't think I need the cruel chess clock. But let's be completely 100% fair, that does fit Willy Wonka as the... I mean, I don't necessarily say Willy Wonka is cruel, but he's definitely, the guy in control. He has that sort of personality where I don't care what you think. Y'all went out of your way to come to my candy factory, you're gonna play by my rules, and, he exudes that the whole way through the movie. He's not there to make apologies to anyone or play by their rules. He's like, oh, it's my candy factory, shut up. This is my land, and I built it out of pure imagination. Which, I don't know the lyrics to that song, but again, it's a really good song. Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. That's about what I know, and I think even that I got wrong, but... Waha! Eat that gobstopper, boy! Oh, my Oompa Loompas, they're so good! No, actually, I'm rather happy with what I have. I don't think yeah, everything's upgraded, yeah, I don't think I need to pick up anything else. As for Nox, so I already described Willy Wonka as being an eccentric man. He seems like just the sort of person that would have a golden sword. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't know if there's any truth to that or not, but hey, golden sword. Plus, I've been saving lots of money with the raffle ticket, so I think I can afford to take that. Plus, it powers up Anchor of Burden. Go, my Oompa Loompas! See, I believe you would rank the amount of damage I'm doing right now with the term shitloads. Barf, we're not just doing this for money. We're doing it for a shitload of money! And of course, by the end, that ends up being a little bit less true. Because, you know, we're not here to discuss Spaceballs. We're here to discuss Willy Wonka and what an awesome movie it is. Like, as far as films are concerned, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is right up there in my top 3. I think the only movies that come close to it, and to be fair, both of these movies I think I personally like a little bit better than Willy Wonka, but it's not because I hate Willy Wonka. No, this movie is so fantastic. Very much unlike the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory version. Which, I mean, again, I respect Tim Burton and Johnny Depp for the work that they've done, but I mean, they made a couple of absolute stinkers in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and the Alice in Wonderland reboot. Like, seriously, I don't understand what they were thinking when they made those films. And it's not that they didn't necessarily stay 100% true to the source material. I mean, if you're too afraid to make any kind of a change, even though you are making an adaptation and not like a remake, then yeah, it's not that I'm upset that they changed things. I just think that the changes were for the worse. I'm taking the timeless Oompa Loompa songs and essentially making them dated, just, you know, what's popular at the time. Okay, let's do that. And it's not that it took no effort, far from it. It's just, why did they go the route that they did? I don't understand. How are you guys still alive? Ow. I don't know, there were just so many bad decisions in the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory remake. And I know I bring it up, and some people... I've gotten 2 responses when I bring up how bad I think the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, you know, remake of Willy Wonka is. And the two responses I commonly get are, oh, come on, it wasn't that bad. This is probably from people who either A, have whatever sort of lame sauce agenda you could possibly have when you're discussing that movie, which I don't think it's agenda driven. I think it's they haven't seen it in a while, and what they're remembering is actually an old movie, and they're thinking, well, the new movie couldn't have changed that much. I mean, it's Willy Wonka. How do you mess up Willy Wonka? Yeah, just watch Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and find out. And this is actually going to harken back to what I was saying earlier and completely forgot, but they almost completely changed the character of Willy Wonka. He went from being this eccentric genius who always had a response to what people were saying, to essentially being a petulant child. And I don't understand why they made that creative decision. Willy Wonka was perfect the way he was. And they changed him for the worse. So, I mean, you know, hashtag not my Willy Wonka. My Willy Wonka has been and always will be Gene Wilder. That man is a certified genius. I love him. And yes, I know this relic is broken, but screw it, I'm taking it anyway. But I also see the cotton candy, and you know what? That is a very Willy Wonka thing to have, is the candy. I didn't find anything that represented the Wonka bar. But you could also say that the Golden Saber of Envy is kind of like a take on the Golden Tickets. See, I'm thinking. Big brain here. Alright. I see the direction I'm missing. Oh, hey, it's Taffy. Hi, Taffy. Nah, I don't need evading Zephyr. Alright, so in the long run, that got up to 23.96. I love it. Then we've got 20% from that, 10% from that, and then just the fiery paintbrush. I wish this was plus 16, but it's not, because it's broken. Nonetheless, I think we're good to go. I did take some stupid damage throughout this floor, so, you know. Okay, you have got to go. Yes, I'm willing to expend signature charge on that guy because, frankly, I find his very presence to be insulting. Look at that, almost got him down in one combo. That's just how powerful Willy Wonka is. You don't mess with the Wonka. And then we'll gobble up a fizzy lifting drink ourselves. Why? Because it's fizzy and it's uplifting. I'm pretty sure that's not how it goes. Shut up. So again, I want to say that I appreciate you guys sticking with me throughout the entirety of this episode. Because of the way that I wanted to do this episode, it is longer than usual for at least one of my Wizard of Legend episodes. Okay, so I'm gonna have to settle for 3 cycle. I screwed up. There we go. Alright. Oh, hold on. I almost forgot. Can't let this one go. Oompa loompa doompity doo. I've got another puzzle for you. Oompa loompa doompity da. Or it's doompa da dee, sorry. If you are wise, you will listen to me. Who do you blame when your kid is a brat, pampered and spoiled like a Siamese cat? Blaming the kids is a lie and a shame. You know exactly who's to blame. The mother and the father. Oompa loompa doompity da. If you're not spoiled, then you will go far. You will live in happiness too, like the Oompa Loompa Doompity Doo. There we go. Now we've got one more council member to go. And interestingly enough, I just realized we're going through the Oompa Loompa songs in the same order that they went in the movie. So, funny how that's working out. Ow. Suck a gobstopper. Go, my Oompa Loompas. There we go. Ow, that hurt like a mother. Downed in one combo. Yeah, that's what you get for messing with Wonka. It's whimsical explodium, I don't care. Well, you know, under the electricity example, we're going to take dynamic disarray and use that to help control the null flash agents. And yeah, I think we're all set. Yeah, I don't need a health potion. Gobble up these dots and be on our way. Candy! God, that chaotic buster is so damaging. Easily a friggin' S tier spell. I love Chaotic Buster. Underestimate Willy Wonka at your own peril, sir. Look at that, almost brought him down in one combo. That's the power of Willy Wonka right there. Gobstopper! Haha! Victory! Yes! Alright, well, we all know what's coming. Here we go. Oompa, loompa, doompa dee doo. I have another puzzle for you. Oompa, loompa, doompa da dee. If you are wise, you'll listen to me. What do you get from a glut of TV? A pain in the neck and an IQ of 3. Why don't you try simply reading a book? Or can you just not bear to look? You'll get no, you'll get no, you'll get no. You'll get no commercials. Oompa, loompa, doompa-dee-da. If you're not greedy, you will go far. You will live in happiness too. Like the Oompa Loompa Doompity-doo. Alright, that's the last Oompa Loompa song, and of course the end of the episode. Why? Because Willy Wonka is just that awesome. Unlike Johnny Depp and Tim Burton seem to think, he's not just a petulant child who happens to have a factory. No, Willy Wonka is a genius. He's an eccentric man with a very interesting taste. He saved the Oompa Loompas from the Vermicious Canids. This is a guy that deserves all of our respect. And you... and here you can be free if you truly wish to be. Thank you guys very much for essentially putting up with me. I know this is kind of a difficult episode to get through just because of how long it is, but I do ultimately hope that you found it to be entertaining and interesting. Maybe after this episode you can go watch Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory and reconnect with the excellence that is that movie. As I said, it's one of my top 3. It's up there with the likes of Spaceballs and Coraline being my other 2 in the top 3. So, by all means, drop a like on this comment. Yeah, perfect. Drop a like on this video, leave a comment. Come say hi to me on Discord, and as always, thank you guys very much for watching and spending your time with me, especially on this one. I've basically just been going on and on for an hour with a bathroom break in the middle because my tummy was telling me that I had to, so I apologize for that. It was not necessarily something that I wanted to do, but for the sake of my health, it was something I had to do, so I give you my sincerest apologies for that. Next episode, I'll do much better. Again, thank you all very much, and I will see you in the next one. I'm Dark Sage Walker, and I'll be seeing you.